Hey guys, this is going to be an in-depth guide on Stellar, brought to you by Nocturnal Proxies. Make sure you guys check out Nocturnal Proxies on Twitter. You can also follow my socials in the description below. In this tutorial, I'm going to be covering the Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, Microsoft, and Target modules. Now onto the tutorial. So now we're on the tasks page. We're going to click on add, and you can type in whatever you want, and we're going to select Walmart. Now we're going to create a task. So the first one is safe mode. This allows you to check out with an account, which you can add in the accounts tab. And next we have server mode. So server mode uses the server side monitoring, and it'll ping your tasks when there's a restock, and it'll automatically start your tasks. So this also uses the tags feature, which is over here. But here we have the Walmart PS5 tags. So what this means is Stellar is constantly monitoring these SKUs, and once it picks up a restock, it'll ping your tasks which are using the server mode. You guys can also create custom tags and put in your own SKUs to monitor yourself. So for fast mode, it will use any profile you guys have, and you guys can also use the auto generate feature, which generates accounts for you automatically. So for pickup mode, you must use an account, and Stellar will select the closest store available to you for pickup. So now for one of the most important parts, which is proxies. I recommend residential proxies, and in specific, nocturnal proxies. So here we are on nocturnal proxies. You guys can scroll down and see the pricing. They have 3 different plans at the moment, and they're planning on adding premium retail ISPs and also retail resis. So right here we can purchase a few gigs of residential proxies. So we got the Cyan plan, we got the Violet plan, and we also have the ISPs. So these are currently sold out, but we can purchase some residential proxies. So just for this video, you guys can use code STELLAR15, and you guys can save 15% off your residential proxies when botting. So once it's purchased, just head on over to your dashboard and select your residential plan, and you guys can easily generate the plans right here. So we're going to choose America, United States, and right in this box, you guys just type in the amount of proxies you want to generate, and your proxies will be displayed in this box. And for the ISPs, once you guys purchase some ISPs, they'll be displayed right here on your screen, and you guys can copy and download your proxies. So now I'm going to be going over the recommended setup for a Walmart PS5 release. So we're going to create a monitoring task. We're going to select our profiles. I don't have any in currently. We're going to select our proxies. We're going to enter in our SKU right here. And for our delay, we're going to use 4,000. And just enter in a max price for the product. And just select Solve PX and choose mobile monitoring, and then you can create a few tasks. Now we're going to go on to fast mode, select our profiles, select our proxies, enter in the SKU and the offer ID. This is optional, and the recommended delay is 2,000, quantity 1, and you guys can set a checkout attempt. I recommend using 15. And choose watch task, and this will work in combination with the monitoring mode. So once the monitoring tasks see the product has gone into stock, your fast mode tasks will automatically start and trying to add to cart. And you guys can also choose to auto generate accounts or just use the profile and it'll check out as guest. And now some of the errors that you guys might run into. So one of the following errors might be 2 CAPTCHA fail, sleeping 30 seconds, then restarting. So what this means is you probably don't have your 2 CAPTCHA key entered, or you guys don't have any funds available. So to enter in your 2 CAPTCHA key, just go into the settings, go to CAPTCHA, put in your Cat Monster, Anti-CAPTCHA, 2 CAPTCHA, or Poseidon key, and that should solve it. Another common error is fail to gen PX3. This means your proxies are probably banned and you need to create a new list and re-add them to your tasks. And the next error is fail to fetch payment. This means there might be an error with your profiles, so make sure you guys go into the profiles tab and check over your profiles. So next we're going to be covering the Amazon module. So you guys can type in whatever you want for the group name, and we're going to select Amazon. So before we even start creating tasks, we got to create sessions. So it's in the Sessions tab. Just click on Amazon, add session, session name. Then click on this button and select your region, your login IP, the email address, and password. So there's request login, which will use request to log into your account. There's auto confirmation login, and manual login. The recommended mode to use is manual login. Hit login and then just sign into your Amazon account. Once that's finished, it's going to say successfully logged in, and you guys can click on save. So now we're going to head on over back to the task group. We're going to click on create a task, and here are the modes. There's a monitoring mode, turbo mode, and buy box mode. So we're going to choose monitoring. So now for the proxies, I recommend using ISPs, and in specific, these classic retail ISPs. They have lightning fast speeds and are perfect for Amazon. So right here is where you enter in the SKU and your offer ID from your group. So the offer ID isn't required, but is a plus if you guys have it. So now just set a max price, and for delays, I recommend using 3000. And now select your region. And for monitoring mode, I recommend using fast. Check on solve CAPTCHA. And for the reset delay, we're gonna set this to 10,000. So what the reset delay is the amount of time your task is gonna reset after picking up a product has gone into stock. So in this case, it's gonna be 10 seconds. So once your monitoring task is created, we're gonna go on to turbo mode. We're gonna select ISPs, which are the best to use on Amazon. So for example, if I was going for PS5s, I would select Amazon PS5s. And for delay, I recommend 2000. Quantity 1. Select your session. Cart attempts 5. We're going to leave checkout attempts blank. You guys can select a start and end time if you guys want. Select on solve CAPTCHA, and we're going to leave endless mode unchecked. And that's basically it on how you set up Amazon tasks. And this is the same for the buy box mode. So now we're going to be covering the Bestbuy module. So for the Bestbuy module, you guys can also use sessions, which we can create. And you guys can log into your account right here and click on save. So the normal mode is recommended for restocks when there isn't queue up, and the queue mode is recommended when there is the queue up. And what it'll do is wait into the queue until it passes, and then we'll try and purchase the item. So bypass mode will basically bypass the queue on Bestbuy, but this mode is not always enabled. Make sure you guys check out the Stellar Discord to see when the bypass mode is enabled on their side. And similarly to bypass 1, bypass 2 will preload an item to try and bypass the checkout queue. And when using bypass 2, you got to remember to add a preload SKU. And what this means is it's going to preload an item into your cart and then add the desired product into your cart and check out both items. So I recommend adding something cheap and not something expensive like an iPad. So the recommended proxies for running Bestbuy are residential proxies if you guys are going for a release, but if you guys are running 24/7, I recommend using ISPs. So now I'm going to give you guys a recommended setup for a Bestbuy drop with queue. So we're going to use some ISPs. You're going to enter in the SKU right here. For delay, we're going to use 4000. Quantity 1. No wait time. We're going to use request. And next we're going to choose shipping. And you guys can also choose a pickup radius if you guys are selecting pickup. And that's basically it for the queue mode. And for bypass mode, once it's enabled by the Stellar devs, we're going to select ISPs. We're going to enter in the SKU, and for delays, we're going to use 4000, quantity, checkout type, request, and we're going to select shipping. And that's it for bypass mode. So the Microsoft module is pretty simple and it's pretty new. So before we start creating our tasks, we're going to head on over to the Sessions tab. We're going to go to the Microsoft tab, click on Add Session. And over here is where you're going to input your email and password and also login IP. If you guys are entering multiple accounts, I recommend using the Mass Import Sessions option, where you guys can just paste the list of accounts and IPs for Stellar to log into. So now we're going to head on over back to the task group page. We're going to click on create a task. So for profile mode, you'll need to make a profile with the email matching the Microsoft session. And for account mode, this will use the credit cards that are pre-filled into your account, which you guys can do prior. And then lastly, we have monitoring mode. So now for the recommended settings, these are the same for both profile and account mode. So you guys can select an account and then enter the item number right here. And for delays, I recommend using 4000, quantity 1, and select watch task if you guys are planning on using monitoring mode. I recommend using ISPs on Microsoft. Next, we're going to go over monitoring mode. So we're going to choose our monitoring proxies, which we're going to be using ISPs again. Enter in the SKU, and for delays, I recommend using 5500, and you guys can leave reset delay empty. We're going to create a target task and select target for the website. We're going to create it. So in the Stellar Discord, you guys should be able to find the link for this file. Once you guys find it and download it, extract all. And you guys should end up with the unzipped folder. Now open up Google Chrome and click on these three dots, more tools, extensions, and enable the developer mode. Once this is enabled, click on load unpacked. Now locate your unzipped Stellar folder and click select folder. Now that you guys can see, the extension is installed. And now when we click on the extensions, we can pin the Stellar token harvester into our browser. So once you guys are on the sign in page, log into your target account and click the sign in button. Once you guys do this, you should have a cookie. Click on the download access token button and it should download a file. Each account you guys have will require its own unique cookie. So for example, if you want to generate another cookie for your second account, you're going to have to log in and generate another cookie. So now that you guys are back into Stellar, go to the Accounts tab, click on Add Account, and add your target account. Click on Add, and once this is added, go back into the Sessions tab, go to Target, select your account, and paste the access token that you guys generated from Google Chrome into this window. Now click on Token Login and do not click the Login button and press on Save. I won't be able to save this because I do not have any profiles in Stellar at the moment. Now we're going to head back over to our tasks and we can start creating our tasks. So similarly to Amazon, you guys are going to create monitoring tasks. So we're going to click on Create a Task, click on Monitor, select our profile, and we're going to use ISPs for our monitoring, enter in our SKU, and the recommended delay is 4000. Now for monitoring type, we're going to use one of each, and for the radius, we're going to type in 30. And for the reset delay, you can leave this blank. So just to clarify, we're going to click on API, we're going to create one task, then click on API 2, create another task, and create one for each of these monitoring types. Once that's complete, we're going to create more tasks, and these are going to be our Hype 2 tasks. So for our proxies, we're going to choose ISPs because they perform best on target. We're going to choose pickup, enter in our SKU, and for our delay, we're going to enter in 400. Quantity 1, monitoring type, we're going to leave this blank, pickup radius, set this to 30, select our session, and for our checkout delay, we're going to put it to 100, and we're going to check the watch task button, and we're also going to check override payment. Once this is all complete, we're going to press on create. And that's basically it on how you guys create a monitoring task and your Hype 2 tasks for Target. So here are some of the errors you might run into while running Target. So the first error is constraint validation failure. So for this, you're going to check your credit card information, make sure there are no spaces in your credit card, double check your Stellar profiles. You guys can try a different card or try a different monitoring method to fix this problem. The next error is product ID block. Once you guys get this error, just let the task run and Target will unblock the product before the drop. The last error is invalid cookie. Once you guys get invalid cookie, clear your target cookies in Stellar settings, then harvest new cookies and paste them into the cookie setting. And that's it for Target. And that's it for the Stellar tutorial. I hope this video helped out. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.